About 3,010 pounds, and back here at Haylett RV of Goldwater, Michigan, little 17RB Hummingbird. This is the one with the full rear bath, the one that doesn't require you to do all of your business in the shower, necessarily, the 3 S's. The folks bought this here, one owner. They had it for not too long, obviously. Used it quite a bit, had a really good time. Decided that for, you know, more camping adventures, they wanted more camper. And they swapped her out for a 20-foot Murphy bed rear bath used White Hawk that came through. So they were so happy with this, they stayed even within the Jayco family. And I think that that says quite a bit about it. They used it quite a bit. Like I said, there's a couple little surface abrasions on some cabinets. Nothing I think is going to get your blood pressure worked up over. I'll show you those when we go through. And overall, everything that was here brand new from the factory is still here now. These folks weren't scavengers. They were just adventurers. Being great while being small is sort of the whole point of a Hummingbird, really. So with the slide closed right here, it's really no surprise to me that you can basically get through the whole camper. Now, it gets a little tight. This is a narrow body camper and the slide is currently in. But if you do a little bit of that travel trailer 2-step and slide yourself sideways like the electric slide or whatever, I don't know, then you can get right through here, obviously, as I just have. You can get to the bathroom, you can get to all the storage back there. Really, the whole RV is 100% fully functional when closed up. It just feels a lot nicer when you open it. Again, the biggest thing this slide is doing for us when we open it up is it just gives us some breathing room, some walking room, makes it so that you don't have to do that sideways travel trailer 2-step like I mentioned. Now, there's a bunch of little details on these Hummingbirds, because there's a lot of campers, we also carry the Winnebago Winnie Drops. We've been an R-Pod dealer in the past. There's a lot of things in this category that are ultra similar. Little detail stuff is kind of what separates out the White Hawks. Like, they include an extra little drawer down there where a lot of brands don't. It's just little stuff like that. This does have a gas and electric refrigerator with a freezer pocket, and that is a convection microwave. Overhead doors like these will be strutted open, and all of the cabinetry that you see through here is pocket screwed so that, like, if you reach back here, you can feel the screws holding everything together. Now, this hasn't been owned long enough to really have any sort of maintenance worries, but one thing I do want to point out is they use really high-intensity lighting, and a lot of it in here. This thing really brightens right up. You're also seeing the full-size 13,500 BTU air conditioner in this little thing. I think if you had to, you could probably, keep hamburger out of the refrigerator and just sitting on the kitchen counter, and it wouldn't spoil. You could get the darn thing so cold in here with that big air conditioner in this little camper. I'm not recommending you do that. I'm kind of just making a joke, obviously. So, up front here, one of the nice things about these, though it is an east-west sort of, I guess not corner, but crawl-on bed, it is a larger bed than what you find in a lot of campers. This being 6.5 wide, the whole camper, is basically a bed up front. So you've got lots of room to get around. And I do like how they left these open pockets available whenever they could for like big storage. That's awesome for totes down there. Now again, all the original electronics and everything are still present and accounted for. You see the TV here on that articulating double jointed swing arm. So if you want it to face the dinette like it is currently, I suppose you could technically watch TV from the toilet in this one. So maybe this is like the literally do-it-everything camper. But if you are couples camping, I'm sure your partner will not appreciate that sight. And moving on. DVD, Bluetooth system right here. We've got inside and outside speakers. And the TV, what's kind of nice about this is it does just kind of lock against the wall in transit. So you don't have to like worry about straps or anything like that. Just click, lock, done. If I hop over here real quick, take a look at this little dinette. This is definitely just a couple's dinette. You can fold it down into a sleeper. That being said, it's not going to be good for much more than just a grandkid. There is storage below the seating. But I do also want to take a second to point out the completely carpetless nature of these. A lot of times when you get slide outs in campers, you get carpeting. But the slide out in a Hummingbird is actually above the floor, so there's no need for carpeting. And if you're confused on what that means, then give us a call and we can explain the different types of slide systems used in the RV industry. All the original owner's manuals and everything still present and accounted for. And another thing that I've really learned to look for over the years is remote controls. Sometimes, you lose a remote control on a used RV, and it's like pulling teeth trying to replace those. Now, you've got your main TV right here, your stereo. Then this has one of those remote control awning lights, and this is standard factory stuff on all Hummingbirds. It's got those like multicolor strobe flash stroke inducing awning light setups that are just they're really fun to play with, frankly. We're just about done this little thing. There's not much to cover. One thing I do want to point out, we're going to see it when we go outside, is the outside picnic table. It actually stores right here. And what's nice about that is if you're just traveling and you want to stop and like just kind of set some things out, or, you know, just pop it in and out real quick without having to eat up a lot of storage space. This includes an inside-outside picnic table that doesn't really lose any potential storage capacity. And this is really the signature calling card of the 17RB Hummingbird, is the full rear bathroom. Vastly preferred, generally speaking, over a lot of the dry bathrooms. That being said, a lot of people don't mind purchasing a little camper like this with a dry bathroom, because they say, well, I just use the park facilities anyway. I just use the shower house at the park, so I don't really care, you know, if it's got a bathroom or not. I respect that. Everybody camps a little different. That's exactly why we carry so many different brands of campers here at Haylett RV. And, you know, I think everyone's got a different idea of getting away, and we just like to try to give you the options and the ideas so that you can pick out the one that works for you. I think this is a great way. Oh, I mentioned I was going to show you a couple of surface abrasions. They were sliding something through, is my guess, and something just kind of rubbed against the surface of the woodwork right there. There was a little, it's tiny. I mean, I'm being nitpicky about this, guys. There was some, I can't even see it now. I don't even know where I saw it. It was right over here. Anyway, some tiny little nick or scratch on some wood tone stuff over here. But I mean, it's normal, like pre-owned use stuff. It's nothing that concerns me. There's no big scary damage. There's no leaks. There's no water damage. Nothing is broken. You can still see that everything is here. This is pretty solid. And what's great is this is young enough. You could probably get same as new RV financing with it, and that ain't a bad thing. The exterior here looks extremely sharp, and before we zoom in on that picnic table, here's just a quick look at that multicolor awning light setup and kind of the fun things that it can do. There's like flash and strobe, and there's cycling, and you can also just set it to a solid color. And that's what's kind of neat about this, is you can kind of, you know, convert the color over to sort of your own preference, or whatever you feel is color complementary to the exterior of this or your vehicle or your campsite or whatever. It's just a fun thing. That is a power awning, by the way, so it's just easy push button operation. So this is that little picnic table that stores in that little vertical slot by the door when we come in. I like what they did here with the four leg style, because it's very sturdy, so you know it doesn't tend to rock and roll around a lot. And you've also got outside TV hookups right over here, right next to that. So you really can have a pretty nice little campsite scenario here. We've got all LED tail and marker lights, and that's kind of one of those nicer things that you'll find on all Jaycos. They've been that way for years. They also take a little extra time to top seal exterior components just for that extra leak prevention. It's nothing that they probably really have to do. It's just an extra thing that they always seem to do. Now you see that front little hook bill shape of this thing. There's a lot of campers in this category that look almost the same, and the layouts are almost the same. But every time you get into a Hummingbird, people always say it feels a little bigger in here. I don't know why, and they're not wrong. That little hook bill on the front there, that allows them to basically like mount the bed 6 inches forward as compared to other similar things in this category. And that means that, I mean, especially the smaller the camper is, the bigger the difference makes. So that extra little 6 inches makes a huge difference, really, in the scheme of things. Now, these are made for lightweight, for towing, for small spaces, for folks who have limited tow capacities. You know, it's what, barely 3,000 pounds. And it is only 6.5 foot wide, so it is not hard to see around. I do like to point out the fact that we do have 4 corner stabilizer jacks, not just rear jacks, as is sometimes the case on smaller size campers like this, though in the teardrop-ish category, I don't really tend to see that happening a lot. Good looking aluminum wheels, never seems to offend anybody. We do have black tank flush, we do have outside utility shower, so it's a fully featured trailer. It's just a tiny one. Now here's one of the cool things on these. There is no rubberized or TPO or EPDM or PVC or whatever roofing on this. It is a one-piece fiberglass front to back. Now that doesn't mean this is a zero maintenance roof. There's no such thing. Don't ever let somebody tell you otherwise. What it means is it's a drastically reduced maintenance roof because you don't have to wash and condition a rubber roof liner on a regular basis like you would on a traditional travel trailer. Little storage compartment down here. They open up every little compartment they could so that nothing is wasted. And there is a propane quick connect down here at this rear bumper. So if you do want to throw a little grill on the outside of it, you can do that. You're good to go. Extra little things like the folding entry handle, the aluminum step. It's a bunch of little details that go into these, kind of like the little marker light amidships, mateys. And now I feel like watching SpongeBob. Can you believe SpongeBob's been on TV for over 20 years? Holy crap, man. Anyway, back to camping. Sorry, I get off topic pretty easy. I don't have ADHD or anything. My brain just goes in different directions. It's weird. By the way, we are solar ready. So if you are looking to go off the beaten path, you can get one of those little solar suitcases, as I like to call them. Little portable case jobs to get this thing powered up, and you're going to be good to go. I mean, other than just maybe a 20-minute put some Windex on a rag and wipe stuff down real quick type situation, she's pretty much good to go from what I can see. So give us a call. Hitching, pieces, parts, trades, financing, truck and trailer package deals, RV delivery, and everything between. We are Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan, the largest independent dealer in the state, and we look forward to meeting you folks. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.